All right. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Monday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and of course, Hudco Roofing and HudcoRoofing.com. Hope y'all had an awesome Sunday, a little R&R, hopefully. Enjoyed finally a beautiful day after a pretty miserable week of rain and hail and all that other stuff. So, finally had a good week, a good weekend, good weather. Hopefully you all enjoyed it as I did spend time with family. Okay, so fire away with anything y'all got. It was a busy weekend, of course, with LSU baseball having their 3-game series against Tennessee, which we talked about yesterday, and then obviously LSU spring game was on Saturday. Pels lost again on Sunday. I am kind of at the point where I'm pretty much ready to start cheering for the tank. I don't know that it could make a real drastic difference for the Pels in their draft, but we've seen them hit in the lottery twice before. So, as unlucky and unsuccessful as they have been on the floor, they have actually been successful in the draft lottery. So, I'm kind of inclined to say in this deep draft, at this point, you are what you are. Pels are at 25 and 32. They are in the 11th spot, so they're one spot out of 10, but they're 4 games behind San Antonio with, let's see, 15 to play. So you've got time to make that up, but the question is, would you rather make up those 4 games, get into the 10th spot, hopefully win a play-in series, likely against Dallas? We'd have to beat Dallas twice. And if you did manage to beat Dallas twice, then you draw very likely Utah or Phoenix, however that's going to play out. I guess it could be the Clippers too, but most likely Utah or Phoenix. But anyway, or go the other way and just keep lose and tank and try to end up with the best draft pick possible. I'm kind of inclined to say that. Let's see. And then, of course, if y'all missed it, the Saints, Joe, I think there's like 19 NFL teams now that have chosen to opt out of voluntary workouts. So the Saints have joined that growing list. It does concern me a little bit, not because I don't think professional athletes are going to come in sloppy and out of shape. I think when you're a professional athlete, you have something to play for, et cetera. You're going to be in good shape and all that stuff. But in this season in particular, just in this season in particular, I just a new quarterback, so much turnover. I just feel like they're going to need all of the time. It kind of feels like where, if you want to not complete apples to apples, but like where LSU was a year ago, right? I mean, you lose 5 first-rounders, you lose Burrow, you lose 2 coordinators, you lose all, and then you have this screwy COVID season where in a year where you really needed all your off-season work, you didn't get it. You didn't get spring. You didn't get really any of your off-season work. So I don't know, man. I'm a little bummed. I get it, but I'm a little bummed. All right, let's say some good mornings. I'll shut up. Well, I can't totally shut up. You understand that. But Kyle Culkins, good morning. John Bro, good morning. Matthew Rogelio, Chris Keller, day 3 of a Disney and a rainy day today. So y'all are, I guess, getting all the junk that we had here, I would think, now. So hopefully it brightens up for y'all, man. Kirk Taylor, good morning. Pat Houston, Lowell Cormier, Breezy Bro, what up? LSU Terrell Wild, good morning. All has been great, man. Thank you. Let's see. Kirk, it's Monday morning. Travinsky still batting 186 against SEC pitching. Still can't stop breaking balls in the dirt. Yup. Hey, Kirk, you know what, man? I tweeted during the game glad you brought that up. And nobody's called me out on this. I just wanted to clarify. I tweeted during the game, if Travinsky passed balls were a drinking game, I'd be dead. And it was a joke, and it was meant as such. But I looked at it again, and I was like, man, that's not fair to that kid. Because he's out there trying, and I don't like to criticize college athletes. For me, my approach has always been I would rather make the case for someone else instead of tearing down a certain player with college athletes. And so I don't want to. I you all know how I feel about the catcher situation at LSU, but I also don't want to be crushing. I mean, Travince, look, man. In fairness, the kid's also coming off a knee injury, and it's you can see sometimes like he'll kick his leg out, like when he stands up, like he's shaking something out of there. Like he's still, I bet, not 100% from that knee, and then he's trying. He's got great energy, man. But he is a defensive liability. It's why I keep going to that. But I didn't want to be too harsh with that tweet. Nobody asked me anything about it. No one called me out, and no one said anything. I just read it again, and I was like, yeah, that's probably not the best thing they've done. So anyway. Leo Williams, Megan Hurst, good morning. Pat Huseman, would love to go through this bright and sunny week, 6-9 in SEC play instead of 4-11, but oh well. Yeah. Game 2 against Tennessee, Game 2 against South Carolina. Those are going to be the ones that cost this team. Postseason. Marty Savoy, morning all the way from Norcross, GA. Finally go back home to Texas Friday. All right, man. Be safe out there, man. Enjoy your week. Hey, Janet Anderson, just like go to the Pels season tickets that we have had from the beginning. I love that have almost zero interest now. It's a shame, Janet, because I'm going to tell you, their young talent's incredible. Zion is amazing to watch and continues to be. But I also understand people losing patience. The front office prior made some not great decisions, obviously. I need to go plug this in. And they lost the greatest player in franchise history in AD because of it. But you come through that and you get Zion, who's another generational type talent who is so fun to watch. So it's hard for me I guess it's hard for me to say I have zero interest because I love watching them play and I want them to be really good and they're fun. They got young talent. Zion and BI are so much fun to watch. It's just like I also came into this season with no expectation. I came into this season realizing this team wasn't going to be very good. Now, I thought they'd be better defensively. Their inability to close at times it sucks to watch. But I just know the talent they have there, and talent in the NBA wins. So see if they can keep building around them. Jerry DeLucky, good morning from the Smoky Mountains. All right, Jerry. Hey, Dad, good morning. Kirk Taylor, 7 pass balls in 3 games. That's a lot. As I said, if Travinsky pass balls are a drinking game, I might be dead. Brandon, after that tweet, I doubt Paul Maneri is coming to the Scone's house for dinner. Oh, man. Jordan Grace, remember when Paul said this weekend he was going to mix it up? I didn't see anything new. Yeah, you're right. I didn't see anything new. But I'm okay with that. Like, I don't need mixing up. You're at the point in the season where you shouldn't be mixing. You're at the point in the season where you're at the halfway point of conference play. You shouldn't be mixing. Like, you should know your damn lineup. Trivia Carter, good morning. Jump over here on YouTube real quick. Oh, I forgot to share this on Twitter. Gosh, dog it. Hang on. Boop. Boop. Let's see. I gotta start remembering to do this. All right. Thanks to everyone who is watching on YouTube for hitting the like button. As I've mentioned before, very, very important to hit the like button. It's just how the YouTube side of things grows. It's how YouTube's algorithm knows to put this in other people's suggested videos. So if the people watching are hitting the like button, say, oh man, I should show this to more people because people seem to like it and they stay for a while. So that's a really good thing. So thank you all. And on Facebook, as always, like the page, share the post, like the page, share the post, like the page, share the post. Cliff Nelson, good morning. Cliff, you got a really good shout out from E-Rock yesterday. I'm not sure if you were hanging around for it, for Ask E-Rock. We did like a 2-hour morning scone yesterday. So scroll to Ask E-Rock toward the end, you'll hear it. Brian and Annie Pinton, good morning from the first state in the Union, Massachusetts. Plymouth? How do I not know that? Did I get it? Is Massachusetts? Delaware. Oh, I did know it was Delaware. Anyway, Delaware. We're in Delaware. Brenatella. I need some Scone Cold locks soon. Outside of my Jake Paul win, I lose all my money picking for myself. Got it, Brenna. I'm in it, on it. I just didn't see anything this weekend. Like I've told y'all before, I'm not going to give out a lock if I don't think it's a lock. So if I love it, I'll give it out. And I had a little heater there, won 4 in a row, lost one, and didn't see anything this weekend. So when we have it, we'll give it. Kaleem B locked in. What's up, Matt? What's up, Kaleem? Thank you for watching. Brenna opting out with a brand new quarterback after so many years does seem silly. You know, here's the other thing too, and I'll get somebody on today to talk about this. You've heard me say it before, but it's like contracts are collectively bargained. It's like you go into the CBA, you sign a work agreement, and you understand this is part of it. And I'm not going to say that there aren't extenuating circumstances and things that could pop up in different variables, but using COVID and COVID protocols as an excuse at this point, it's just stupid. Like you already went through a full season, you played the games, you traveled, you worked out, you made it through a Super Bowl. Like to say that COVID protocols right now are what's keeping you back is just disingenuous. It's like if you don't want to practice, and that's what the players lobby for time and time again, they don't want to practice. Okay, you don't want to practice. Well, I mean, if that's what you're going to collectively bargain for, well, and they grant you those concessions, well, then the things in the contract, in the work agreement that you have to concede, you have to do. You don't just get to like then not show up. And no, Brandon, you're right. I mean, you said quarterbacks have been around the system, so I shouldn't say brand new. It is brand new. I mean, for 15 years, the given, like the constant has been number 9 with the first team offense for 15 years. I mean, that's not there. So the first time the Saints run out there, whenever that is, and it's not Drew Brees, that's gonna be different. And I want them to get as many reps, with Jameis or whoever else will be there. Nicholas Cantrell, good morning from DFW. Cliff Nelson playoff experience, even as an 8 seed, would be invaluable for their growth. Rough morning hanging out with my CHS guys. Shout out to Kerry Guglielmo. I'll go back and listen. Cliff, I wanted to ask you, man. So Cliff came to the Hudco hat party. And our buddy Kerry Guglielmo was also there. We'll come to find out Kerry and Cliff were in the same class at Catholic and hadn't seen each other in like 30 years. 1986, class of 86. Well, Kerry came to the Hudco hat party and was leaving to go to a get-together with some of his classmates that were just kind of planning to get together. So Cliff shows up. Kerry's like, well, come on. So Cliff hangs out at the Hudco hat party, then goes to that party. So apparently Cliff had himself a good night. Oh, we all did. It was a good night. Let's see. By the way, as always, please like the page, share the post. Remember, brought to you by Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Remember, I think it might be a little late to sign up for this now, but May 15th, Saturday, May 15th, it's game day prep at Brock. They're doing free physicals for all athletes, middle school, high school, 7 a.m. to noon at Brock, right there on Bluebonnet Perkins. Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. And, man, I looked at our schedule this week for Hudco, y'all. Oh, boy. chock full of inspections and adjuster meetings and all that sort of stuff after all the weather last week. So please, please, please get on the books. If you're a homeowner, you had high wind, especially if you see shingles on the ground, if you know you had hail at your house, it is free to do a roof inspection. We'll get there, inspect the roof. If it's determined that you have roof damage, we will help you file the claim. Give us a shout, hudcoderoofing.com. Where are we? Whoops, sorry. All right, Kirk, it's April 19th. We have a threat of snow today and tomorrow. Can Hudco help me move and inspect my house in Louisiana? Can't help you move, but can certainly inspect your roof whenever when you move in for sure. And Kirk's in Omaha, by the way. I've told this story before, but when I lived in South Bend for that year, first snow in October, last snow in May. No, thank you. No, thank you. Matt Gudo, what's up? Janet Anderson, it's about China for me. It's about China for me. Janet, I'm sorry, I'm not sure. It's about China for me. Basketball, maybe? I don't remember. Shelby Travinsky should never be the starting catcher in SEC play, period. I mean, y'all know I agree. Ryan Dixon, good day yesterday. LSU did not lose. We all needed that little decompression day. Jordan Grace, I agree. We're losing, so it's not working, but I'm with you. Talking about the Pels, I think it's tank time. Cliff's point about making the playoffs and being valuable. Part of me does agree. Part of me does look and go, all right, at some point you got to get in, right? At some point you have to get in and start that climb. Like when the Pelicans did it in the 17th season or 18, when they beat Portland in the first round series and they then played the Warriors. Like, at least they got to taste that. They got to taste that player, and you hope that they would have built on it, but then the next year AD was gone. But yes, I mean, eventually you have to get in and taste that. Stephen Miller, good morning. Shelby, Braves came out smashing yesterday. Hopefully we don't lose Acuna for long. I'm not interested in the Braves. They are really fun, though. I'm not going to lie to you. It's really fun. Devin Kelly, Gamorgan. What's up, man? Hope all is well. Kirk, hope E-Rock got my hat ready to ship. So, Kirk, E-Rock on Saturday night after the Hudco hat party, we got home, put Drew to bed, put on a little TV, and she's on her phone on Amazon buying packing mailers so she could ship out the Hudco hats for the people who requested them. So, those of you who requested the hat and sent me your address, those will be going out probably Wednesday. But I do fully expect social media posts with the Hudco hats, with Hudco tagged in them. Please, thank you. Please and thank you. Drew Breitling, party on Scone. Just curious, what's the realistic outcome for the LSU baseball team for the rest of the season? What's the ceiling? Okay, Drew, so we kind of did this math yesterday, right? I think realistically, you hope to get one each of the next 2 weeks against Ole Miss and Arkansas. So that puts you at 6 wins. And then if you win each of your last 3 series against Bama, Auburn, A&M, which is doable, that puts you at 12 wins for the season. That puts you at 12 and 18 in the SEC, and that's not going to get you in a regional. So you're going to have to do something atypical. Like you're going to have to win the series against Ole Miss or Arkansas and do everything else I just said. Or you're going to have to sweep one of Bama, Auburn, A&M. Honestly, I would think trying to win one of the series against either Ole Miss or Arkansas and sweeping one of your last three puts you at 14 wins, and that gets you in regionals. I just really don't think that that's realistic. So, not with the way they're playing. I mean, can it happen? Yes, it can happen. Like I mentioned, I mean, back in 2008. I mean, in 2008, they were in a very similar spot. They were 6-11-1 in 2008 through 18 conference games. Then they didn't lose again. They won 23 straight. So, yeah, it's possible. We've seen it before. It's just not likely, you know. Shelby Hudko doing God's work, reuniting long lost friends and family. We have to succeed, right? When you're connecting classmates 30 years removed, it's predestined that we're going to succeed. The roof is the ceiling. this the ceiling is the roof. Old Jordan. You also saw Jordan's gonna do Kobe's Hall of Fame induction. I'm sure it's going to be emotional, but we're going to get Crying Jordan meme part two. I don't even think there's a doubt. Kirk, how bad are the Yankees this year? Perplexing, Kirk. For a team that was projected to win 97 games, something like that. Perplexing. But at 5-10, I got great news. They have 147 games to make it up. Daniel Sunnets. Good morning. Jonathan Martin. Good morning. Kelly Gross. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Devin, do you have any faith this baseball team can make a run? No, and the reason, Devin, it's not to be negative. It's just understanding what the next 2 weeks look like, right? And then there's just the math part of it. There just aren't enough games to make up the hole you've dug, which is why losing the game two against Tennessee, where you led in the ninth, and then game two against South Carolina, where you led in the seventh of a 7-inning game, like blowing those two leads or mathematically put you in a spot where you now have to do something atypical. Like if listen, if they had gotten those two games and did everything else that I just said and ended up at 14-16 in the SEC, but they're in a regional and they win each of their last three series and then go on a little run in the SEC tournament, now all of a sudden you're playing with confidence. You figured out your lineup. The weather's getting warm. We know this team can, has some pop. Like, you can put something together. I mean, I could make that case. Now it's just like, no, I mean, is it possible? Yes. Is it likely? No. Kirk, Auburn is poo. LSU has the talent to sweep Auburn. Kirk, don't you realize, like, Auburn was ranked in the preseason? And I think, Kirk, you also have to realize that every team LSU plays is going to say the same thing about LSU. Oh, we can sweep this series. Look at them. They suck. I mean, they're saying the same thing about you. Like, Ole Miss and Arkansas the next 2 weeks are thinking, this is two series we can go sweep. I mean, shoes on the other foot, man. They're saying the same thing. Let's see. Ryan Dixon, ask E-Rock, or can E-Rock send out birthday bourbon samples and mailers asking for a friend? Negative. Ghost Rider. The pattern is full. Stephen Miller, winning a series versus Ole Miss and Arkansas greater than sweeping one of the last three series. I agree with that. I mean, I think you have a better chance, probably. And I hate to say, like, the Arkansas series isn't home, so I'd like to think you have a shot there, but I don't think you do. mean, this weekend at Ole Miss might be your better chance of the two of winning a series. But y'all seen it, man. It's like, look at what LSU is in Game 3. Like, when Jaden Hill got hurt and Labus moved off a Sunday, now you don't have a number 3, and Sunday is a hodgepodge. So it's why, look, I mean, at the beginning of the season, we talked about LSU's best percent chance of winning games in a series was going to be on Sunday because not many people had an AJ Labus going on Sunday. Well, now you don't have AJ Labus going on Sunday, so your chance of sweeping a series or winning a Game 3 is drastically reduced. Let's do about 5 more minutes, y'all. It is a St. Lillian Day for Drew. Oh, by the way, if you're watching on Facebook, I posted this last night. Drew School, St. Lillian, of course, which educates special needs kids. They have their one big fundraiser of the year. They call it Cheers for Children. And part of Cheers for Children is they do a bubble drop. They have like this gigantic champagne bottle. I guess it's made out of paper mache or something. And they put golf balls in it and they roll them down a hill. Anyway, it's like bubbles coming out the bottle. You can buy a bubble for $25 and it's a chance to win $5,000. If y'all are interested and wouldn't mind supporting St. Lillian, I know so many of you already have. The link is on my Facebook page, or you can go to St. Lillian's website and see it all there. So, but thank you to everyone who has supported in the past. If you're looking for a tax write-off or maybe a chance to win $5,000 or just want to do something cool for St. Lillian, that would be much, much appreciated. Let's see. Jonathan Martin. Crazy to see a baseball program like LSU struggle with pitching and hitting every week, but Vandy, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Arkansas, even Tennessee makes it look easy. Well, Jonathan, LSU's not as good as those programs anymore. Like, that's the bottom line. Now, you're also starting 3 true freshmen going through the SEC grind for the first time. So, I mean, in a year from now, 2 years from now, all those guys grow up, you know, you're much more consistent. Gerald Mathern, good morning. My attempt to get a rise at you on the Yankees failed. Kirk, it's just too early, bro. I mean, they're 15 games in. I'm legit not worried about it. There's no, like, I'm bummed. I wish they would have started better, but, I mean, you know. Steven, at this point, this team is what it is. There's no magic switch to flip. No, you're right. I mean, like, we can bring up 2008, but there's a reason we bring up 2008, because it's an outlier. It's one we all remember because it was such a crazy thing that happened. I mean, could it happen again? Sure, it could happen again. It just, I think Drew's backpack's beeping. All right, y'all, let me get through these quickly here because I got to get him up and get him ready for school. Hey, Dawn, good morning. Shelby, talk about a fun lineup to watch. The Blue Jays are a bunch of young legacy players. That is interesting, right? With Biggio and sorry. But I don't want to give the Blue Jays any credit. Go Yankees. Let's see, a few more. Devin, the fact that keeping money is perplexing. He keeps starting money is perplexing. Sometimes I don't understand Monero, respect him, don't understand him. I mean, I know his thought process. I just don't agree with it at all. We've talked about Blake money enough now. It's like, I get it. He's got throws 95, big, imposing guy. Had a nice relief outing against Vanderbilt. But my contention remains Vanderbilt was up by 15 runs, whatever it was, and they were just up there free swinging, giving away at-bats and giving away outs, just trying to get that one home, and money was just throwing the ball over the plate. So his secondary stuff isn't good enough. It's just not. Let's see. Shelby, I'll send you the picture of the glass Vladdy broke on the 3rd deck of the stadium. Jeez. It's a big dude, man. I wonder if he lost some weight, like how much better he'd be. Maybe not, but I was kind of wondering, like, almost like Sabathia. Like CC, when you look at pictures of him early in his career where he was a thin, like lean young guy, you wonder, like, and he had a nice long career, but it's like, how much more effective could you have been if you just kept yourself in shape? Anyway. Let's see. All right, real quick, let me wrap up these YouTube comments and we'll bounce. Trivia, Matt, I will reactivate Twitter to do the Hudco hat picture for y'all. This is a big ask. Thank you, Trivia. Or on Facebook. You can post it on Facebook. That's cool too. Cliff, funniest thing of the night was when Shelly said Terry looked like Chris Angel. Bro, I thought for sure the Yankees would win yesterday after losing 4 straight and having Cole going. I know. Did you pass history? Brian, I was really good at history. I just slipped my mind. I mean, it's been, I do American history, 7th grade. It's been a long time. Okay, I think we're done. Shout out everybody. Thank you for watching. On Facebook, please like the page, share the post. YouTube, if you've not yet hit the like button, that is just so massively important. 13 people watching, only 10 likes. So please, 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 please hit the like button if you've not done so yet. It's so important to do that as we grow the YouTube side of things. I'm committed to doing it, so thank you for being there. Okay, y'all have an awesome day. And Locked on LSU coming up, AFR 3, and we will see you then. Peace, everybody. Later.